You know Blake Lively, the blonde bombshell we've all loved since Gossip Girl, right? Well, it looks like this starlet is at the center of one of the most jaw-dropping legal battles Hollywood has seen in years. And guess what? Marvel is the one dragging her to court. Yes, Marvel, the studio behind Deadpool, the Avengers, and every other superhero flick that's made us laugh, cry, and occasionally gasp in awe. But here's the twist, and it's a big one. Marvel, known for keeping secrets tighter than Fort Knox, has launched a lawsuit against Blake, accusing her of leaking confidential details about Deadpool. Oh yes, the movie franchise that helped make her husband Ryan Reynolds a household name. So, what exactly went down? Grab a seat. This is one hot mess. The beginnings of a Hollywood feud. Let's rewind for a second. Everything started with Blake's film project with director Justin Baldoni. At first, it seemed like a dream team, right? A Hollywood A-lister like Blake, teaming up with a director who's got a reputation for emotional, heartfelt storytelling. Perfect. But soon, things started to sour behind the scenes. Insiders say Blake started feeling overshadowed. Justin wasn't just the director, he was also the writer and the star. Imagine that, a man calling all the shots while the leading lady is left to play second fiddle. Sources close to the set say Blake was not happy about it. She wanted more control, more say, and let's be real, she's no stranger to the spotlight. But when she tried to voice her frustrations, oh boy, things got tense. Reports say Blake called in some heavy reinforcements, her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Now, Ryan's not just Deadpool, he's Marvel's golden boy, and Blake allegedly used that power to get decisions made in her favor. And the plot thickens. At one point, Justin's team even released text messages between Blake and her inner circle, showing how she might have tried to manipulate the media narrative. Not just that. There were mentions of dragons and urgent calls to journalists about the Deadpool franchise. The messages seemed to suggest Blake was more involved in controlling the media than she let on. Enter Marvel, the studio that keeps secrets. Now, you might be wondering, what does all of this have to do with Marvel? Well, apparently, as the Hollywood drama heated up, rumors started swirling that Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, the one franchise that had catapulted him from that guy from Van Wilder to A-list superstardom, was getting caught in the crossfire. Marvel, the powerhouse that has built Deadpool into a billion-dollar franchise, wasn't having it. There were whispers that Blake might have gotten her hands on some of the most secretive Deadpool materials. You know the kind that studios keep locked up tighter than a celebrity's pre-divorce secrets. Could Blake, in her attempt to shift the narrative, have accidentally, or even purposefully, leaked key details about the franchise? Could she have pulled the ultimate Hollywood move and used classified info to sway public opinion? Marvel's legal team wasn't taking any chances. They launched an investigation, and soon it became clear they weren't just suspicious, they were serious. They had evidence, and things were about to go public. Dansidaram, the lawsuit that shook Hollywood. Enter Marvel's Bombshell. The studio filed a lawsuit accusing Blake of using confidential Deadpool information to deflect from her own escalating personal controversies. Now, here's the real kicker. Marvel didn't directly name Blake in the initial lawsuit, but it didn't take long for insiders to confirm that she was at the center of the whole mess. The studio claimed that someone in their inner circle had misused their intellectual property, and fans couldn't stop speculating. Could this be Blake? The tension between the Gossip Girl star and the powerhouse studio grew. Marvel had built an empire around Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. That meant not only was Ryan untouchable in Marvel's eyes, but the entire Deadpool brand was too. To have anyone, even a Hollywood favorite like Blake, jeopardized that was a huge deal. But Blake wasn't going down without a fight. Her camp immediately fired back, denying any wrongdoing. They insisted that Blake never had access to any Deadpool secrets and accused Marvel of using her as a scapegoat. But then the receipts, oh, those receipts, kept piling up. The text messages between Blake and Justin, which had surfaced, seemed to show that Blake was no stranger to wielding influence. If she could do it once, could she have done it again on a bigger scale? Fans were divided. Ryan Reynolds, caught in the middle. Now, what's Ryan Reynolds doing while all this is unfolding? Well, Ryan, who is known for his wit and humor, went silent, and let me tell you, that silence spoke volumes. Fans quickly realized that he was likely caught in the middle of a very complicated situation. Here he was, loyal to his wife, but also deeply tied to Marvel, where his Deadpool role had solidified him as a key figure in their empire. He had to be careful not to burn bridges with the studio that gave him the role of a lifetime. And here's the kicker. Ryan never came out to defend Blake directly. Instead, he made a carefully worded statement praising Marvel and hoping for a fair resolution. He didn't deny Blake's involvement in the leaks, nor did he confirm it. He took the middle ground. Ouch, this only added fuel to the fire. Fans began questioning if there was more tension between Blake and Ryan than anyone realized. Their usual flirty social media posts had suddenly disappeared, replaced by neutral promotional content. Was their marriage on the rocks? Was Blake being thrown under the bus by her own husband? Fans couldn't stop talking. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni, remember him? The director Blake had a falling out with, was trying to distance himself from the chaos. He continued with his work, but there was no denying the fact that his personal dispute with Blake had turned into a full-blown, industry-wide controversy. Imagine being caught in the middle of a Hollywood firestorm you never signed up for. And then the lawsuit itself. It wasn't just about the leaks. Marvel's legal team was claiming breaches of confidentiality, financial harm, and potential contract violations. They were asking for big-time damages, but they weren't just aiming for a payout. They were also looking to stop any further leaks. And if that wasn't enough, the lawsuit threatened depositions. That meant Blake, Ryan, and anyone connected to the case could be forced to turn over their phone records, emails, and texts. As the legal battle unfolded, industry watchers and fans couldn't help but wonder, was Blake really the mastermind behind the leaks? Or had she been caught in a web of lies, media manipulation, and bad timing? The future of Deadpool and Blake Lively. As this case moves forward, there's a lot at stake. If Marvel wins, they'll send a very clear message about protecting their intellectual property. And who knows what could happen to Deadpool in the future? Could Ryan Reynolds' role be jeopardized? Could Marvel cut ties with the Deadpool franchise altogether? Fans are holding their breath, waiting to see how this all plays out. But here's the thing. Whether or not the lawsuit goes to trial, it's already caused irreparable damage. Hollywood has always been about reputation, and Blake's once perfect image is now tainted by this massive scandal. Even if she somehow proves her innocence, the public will always remember this moment. Reputation matters, and it's fragile, may never fully recover from this. She may have been a Hollywood darling, a darling who seemed untouchable. But one lawsuit, a few leaked texts, and a growing feud with a major studio, that's enough to bring even the biggest stars down to earth. Whatever happens next, it's clear. The power of reputation in Hollywood is everything. So whether Blake comes out of this victorious or not, one thing's for sure. The Hollywood game is a dangerous one, and even the most beloved stars can fall from grace if they don't play by the rules. Stay tuned, folks. This drama isn't over yet. And who knows what we'll hear next. Grab your popcorn and keep an eye on the tabloids, because this story is far from finished.